Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at a story that unfolded entirely off the pitch, yet it's honestly become one of the most talked about aspects of a living legend's life. We're exploring the unexpected love story of Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodriguez. When you think of massive global icons, it's so easy to assume their personal lives are completely orchestrated. But this story, it began in a way very few people ever expected. Okay, let's dive into this.
It's a genuine curiosity, isn't it? I mean, how did one of football's absolute biggest stars, someone whose face is recognized on literally every continent, who is constantly surrounded by cameras, fans, and just immense pressure, actually meet the love of his life? How does a massive global superstar navigate finding a real, authentic connection in the middle of all that noise? It's a fascinating dynamic to consider as we trace their journey today.
Section 1. An Unexpected Encounter. Madrid, 2016.
Their journey has been such a fascinating evolution. As you can see, it all started back in 2016 in Madrid. And over the years since, we've watched this relationship evolve into a constant source of support through some incredible triumphs, leading us right up to today, where they stand together as one of the sports world's most recognized and solid partnerships. But to really understand this whole timeline, we have to zoom in on that very first milestone in 2016.
Because it didn't happen at some glamorous red carpet event or an exclusive celebrity gala. Actually, according to their public interviews, Georgina was working at a luxury fashion store when they were first introduced. It was a completely chance meeting. Just a totally normal day at work for her, and what started as just a brief introduction in a retail environment gradually, step by step, turned into a genuine relationship. It's a profound reminder that sometimes the most monumental shifts in our lives happen in the absolute most ordinary settings.
Section 2. Discovering Shared Values. Building a Foundation.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is what it reveals about the core of their connection. As they spent more time together away from the flashing cameras, they discovered they were anchored by the exact same shared values. Look at these pillars here: the supreme importance of family, an unwavering sense of loyalty, and a deep, deep commitment to supporting one another. When you strip away all the immense fame and the wealth, their bond was built on the highly grounded, relatable values that form the foundation of any strong relationship.
Section 3. Love in the spotlight. Standing together. So, the crucial point here is how Georgina actually translated those core values into action. She became a constant pillar of support for Ronaldo. Over the years, she's always been there, right? Cheering him on from the stands during those nail-biting matches, standing right by his side at major global awards ceremonies, and most importantly, navigating both the incredible career highs and the incredibly difficult, challenging moments that just inevitably come with his level of intense public scrutiny. Her unwavering presence has absolutely been a defining feature of his career over the last several years. But here's where the true balancing act lies. On one side, you have the inescapable reality of the global spotlight, the media, the fans, the constant attention everywhere they go. On the other side is their dedicated, mutual effort to build a close, private family life entirely away from the football pitch. Despite living a life that is so publicly documented, they fiercely protected and cultivated their home as a private sanctuary.
Section 4. The Greatest Victory. The Most Meaningful Chapter.
We all know Ronaldo as a man defined by broken records and trophies, but he has spoken publicly and frequently, I might add, about how intensely important his family is to him. The couple actively reinforces this priority, often sharing sweet, candid glimpses of their life together with their kids. It really shows a completely different, much softer side of the fierce competitor we're all so used to seeing on TV.
Because sometimes the absolute greatest victories just don't happen on the football field. For Cristiano Ronaldo, a man who has conquered almost every single athletic challenge ever placed in front of him, finding a loving partner in Georgina and building a strong, unified family has become one of the most meaningful and defining chapters of his entire life.
Which leaves us with this final thought to ponder today. When the stadium lights finally turn off and the massive crowds go home, what constitutes a true victory? For a global icon, it was finding a grounded, loving family life. But for you, looking at your own life and your own pursuits, how do you define a true victory? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this fresh perspective gives you something really meaningful to think about today.